What up? It's your boy Random Reese. Today we talking about that Rick Ross Port of Miami 2 album review. I fucks with it right off the bat. I fucks with it first time I heard it, listened to it straight through, and it's a solid album. Solid album. Ross has never put out a bad project. Like I will give it to Ross. Ross has never put out a bad project. Uh, I really didn't start listening to Ross till later on. My first Mastermind might have been the first full album I listened to. That's because I had some private beef with Ross personally. I wait tables, right? So this motherfucker left me his cheap ass tip one time. It was one of the weirdest situations I've ever had in my life. But I mean, he left me like $12 on 150, and I'm great at my fucking job, but that shit was just weird. But this motherfucker left me $12 on 150, and this was right when I moved to Miami. I moved to Miami in '08. I think I rated on Ross like back in '09, right before he dropped his album. Right before he dropped his album, what album he dropped back then? Deeper than Rat. Right after he dropped Deeper Than Rat, I was like, oh, you know what? I keep hearing about this Rick Ross dude. Everybody keeps saying fuck with him. Don't get me wrong, I've heard the songs. You know what I mean? I heard Hustling and all that other type of shit. Like all the stuff that they played in the clubs, and then you go to the strip club, they play all the Ross shit. You know what I mean? So down here '09, everybody loving Ross. I saw Ross in my restaurant a few different times. He go there all the time. My old restaurant. He used to go there all the time. So then I was like, you know what? Let me fuck with this nigga. Let me check this nigga out. And then right when I was about to check him out, he left me that cheap ass tip. And I was like, I ain't fucking with this nigga. I'm like, on top of that, I'm a Jeezy fan, and I used to live in Atlanta, and waited on Jeezy a couple of times. And Jeezy was coming to my restaurant, same restaurant, but I worked at it in Atlanta. Just to give y'all, you know what I mean, some context. Y'all may be able to figure it out. But but Jeezy tipped good though. You know what I mean? Jeezy came in, he tipped good. He always tipped heavy. So when he tipped me that, they had the beef going on. I always have it in me to to not like the person who's beefing with the other person. So like back when Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss used to was going through their beef, I stopped listening to Jadakiss. It's like, nah, fuck that. I can't listen to him. I got ride with the homes. I got ride with Beans. So when Jeezy and Ross was beefing, and he gave me that cheap ass tip, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm riding with Beans. I mean, I'm riding with Jeezy. I'm not listening to Ross. Fuck Ross. That nigga can't tip. Fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? Now going forward, this when I first was there. I stayed there for like another 3 years or 4 years. So later on, I never waited on Ross again, but he used to give me a head nod. He saw me because he used to see me in there, and then not being that many black people in my restaurant, especially I was the only black guy that was a waiter. Like he would just look at me, like give me the little head nod, whatever. But he used to pick two servers that always sit with him. My homie Trina and my homie Mike. They would always sit with them, and he always left $50. Like if his tab was 100, he left 50. Like he always left 50. So the one time he left a bad tip. I'm not. He could have done it other times, but the one time with me, he left me a shitty tip, and I said I'm not fucking with him. So like I said, but later on, fast forward, we get the Mastermind. I checked out Mastermind. That was cool. The song with him and Hove was fucking fire. Then he had Rather You Than Me. No, then he had Black Market. I fucks with Black Market. That was a fire album. Fire album. Then he had Rather You Than Me, and now this one. So those are the last. I skipped one of them. The one that came out in 2017, I think I skipped. I didn't listen to that one. But those are all the projects I listened to fully. So I can't compare this album to his whole discography because they said Teflon Don was a shit, and they said Port of Miami 1 was the shit. I may go back and revisit them and check them out later and give y'all like a Rick Ross ranking from 1 to 10, all his albums he has out. But for the most part, like all this shit been solid, you know. All this shit been solid. This album is solid too. I can't say, like I said, I can't say where I would rank it. Um, I think out of all the ones I like. Ooh, this may have more cohesiveness than Black Market, as far as like all 15 songs are pretty strong. But songs I like on Black Market, I may like a little bit more. But one thing I love about this album is that the features is fire. Everybody got on here. Even the feature that's not on here from Pusha is fire. Lil Wayne, after I listened to the Carter Five, I'm like, I don't know if Wayne got it anymore. I don't know if he got it. He falling off. I wasn't really a big fan of Carter Five, but his verse on here was hot, and everybody comparing his verse to Pusha's verse, which is unfair right now. Pusha is the shit. Like Pusha been on fire since he dropped his album last year, and all of his features. Him and Cole, they both dropped albums around the same time, 2018. Been on a bunch of features since then, and been killing the game since. You know what I mean? Shit, I'd love to see them two do a song together. That should be dope. Pusha and J. Cole. But all the features is dope. The only thing I don't like about this Rick Ross album is that it's too mellow. Now, Ross mastered this hip hop luxury rap, like drug dealing with these melodic beats. He mastered that shit. Like he got that on lock. Nobody does that better than Ross. And and I would give him credit because he doesn't really step outside of his box to do other things, but I wish he would step outside of his box. So I'm kind of being like a hypocrite because I want him to do other stuff, but I also hate when rappers who've been in the game for so long give you a bad album. Like once you're in the game 5 years, 5 albums deep, you should not be able to put out a bad album because you don't have the pressure to put out an album. You put it out whenever you want, you know. So you can take your time and put the songs together. You shouldn't be putting out bad albums after 5 albums. You don't have label pressure to put out albums. You roll it out when you want to roll it out. You take your time. You rap about different. You rap about the shit you want to rap about. You get your features that you want, and niggas going to produce for you. Take your time. You pick your beats out. You should never put out a bad album, and then you should have a team around you that's going to listen to your songs. You're like, nah, that ain't it. Nah, that ain't it. Like if you got yes men telling you that's hot to everything you do, you need some new homies. Like for real, like your homies should be able to tell you, like, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. You can do better than that. So I don't think Ross can do better than this album, but I would have changed it up a little bit. Like he doesn't have any bangers on there. Like he doesn't have like a BMF or a Hustling, like those types of songs. Like I would like to see like that song of Wale is probably like the most up tempo song on there. And I thought that was kind of strange to see Wale on that beat when he's more of a laid back melodic flow rapper. Like, you know, I would like to see maybe like Jeezy on that beat or Meek Mill or maybe both of them. Speaking of that Jeezy and Meek just dropped today, and that should go. That should go. I wish that song was longer. You know, that song was only like 2.5 minutes, and it's like half. It's like 16 bars, a hook, and then Meek, and then another hook, and then that's it. So I would like to see Ross put together maybe like a Meek and Jeezy on his album, because the Jeezy song with Ross is cool, but the thing, I still haven't been in love with any Jeezy and Ross songs. Like all of their songs have been okay. Like it's kind of like Nas and Jay Z. Like every time you see them on a song together, you're like, oh shit, I gotta check this out. It's Nas and Jay Z. But then you get Black Republic, and it's like, eh, like it's just all right. It's like, you know, so when Jeezy and Ross squashed their beef and they finally got on the song, and you hear songs from like BMF and Hustling from Ross, and you got like, you know what I mean, Thug Motivation from Jeezy. You know you want to hear something like some banging shit that's you gonna hear in the strip club, and they gonna go crazy. But I still haven't gotten that one song. And the song when it was Ross, Game, Jeezy. That was a good song. That was a real good song. They all got out. They all had some nice bars, but it still didn't give you that, you know, that club banger. But yeah, like he got 15 tracks, most of them on that mellow, slow tip, lots of good lyrics. That Nipsey, but I was like, if you just give me 3 songs, that's it. Give me 3 songs where I'm like, when I'm driving down 95, you know what I mean? I'm just blasting that shit. I'm just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, give me that type of shit. Oh, I mentioned Nipsey, that Nipsey verse, crazy. It's like Nipsey was like speaking from the grave. He was talking about 6ix9ine snitching and stuff, and then he get killed by a snitch. So it's kind of like, damn, it's kind of like it's eerie to hear him talk, like because it just happened. And it's kind of like he knew it was coming, like you know what I mean? Like not, it's just crazy. Some of the things he was saying is kind of like, it's like he, like, you know what I mean? It's just like he was speaking from like what just happened. You know what I mean? Like he was like he rapped that shit from the grave and like, yo, here you go, like take this. You know what I mean? So the Drake song was hot. But again, that song came out like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, so a lot of people already heard it. It didn't have that same effect when you get to the last song. It's like, oh shit, it ended up with a Drake verse. You know, I do like the fact that Ross gives you 3 verses on pretty much everything. So if you have a feature, it's Ross, then the feature, then Ross finish it off. Like I know it's kind of like typical and standard, but at least he gives me three verses. A lot of times, a lot of these new rappers, they have a fire beat, and they give you one verse from them and one verse from the feature, and that's it. I'm like, use that beat, keep going, like give us some more bars. So Ross definitely give you a bang for your buck. You know, it's definitely something to groove to, something to ride to. Last thing, oh, that Pusha T verse is crazy. They got dropped the next day. The ironic part about that Pusha T verse is that he's talking about Drake, throwing shots at Drake in that song, and it's supposed to be on a song with Lil Wayne. It's supposed to be on a song with Lil Wayne that goes right into the song with Drake. So if Pusha would have had the last verse, he'd have been going after Lil Wayne, dissing Drake, right? And then going into the Drake song and Drake verse with Ross. I'm not saying this is why he took it off, but let's think about it though. That's kind of crazy because Ross said both of them cleared it. Ross said both of them cleared it. But when you look at the way the album was set up, it's like you got Pusha T dissing Drake and with Lil Wayne, then going right to a song with Drake. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's kind of messy. That might be kind of messy on Ross' part. He's trying to squash the beef, and then you got Pusha throwing shots at him. Like, that verse from last year, you can hear it. And then Pusha had a tweet where he tweeted out like a couple of those bars from that song from last year, like August of last year, August 2018. I wish I had the screenshot, but I saw it on Twitter. Someone posted it, but I forgot the screenshot and saved it. But so it could have been kind of messy. So that's probably the reason why Ross changed his mind. He said, "Nah, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's not going to solve shit. It's going to probably make shit worse." But other than that, album's dope. I listen to that pretty much at least once a day. You know what I mean? I gotta go back and check out more of that Raw shit. Now that I'm over the bitter $12 tip he left me, you know what I mean? I gotta go back and revisit some of Raw shit. But like I said, he's a great rapper. He's a great rapper. He doesn't get his due. You know, he mentioned that on What's Free on that Meek verse. Like 10 years in, and it's still nobody's favorite. That's why he got that song on Head, Nobody's Favorite. But the lyrics really don't touch on that. That's the only another thing I don't like about the album. He got that song called Nobody's Favorite, where he doesn't talk about him not being in the top 10. He just goes on and on and on. He just spit pretty much. He's not really talking about not being in the top 10. But a person like him, he definitely probably feel that way. I mean, if you want to use analogies, he's probably like a Drew Brees. Like, he's got all these records. He got a Super Bowl ring. He's been playing the game forever. But where you got Drew Brees at? He's not top 3, is he, all time? You got him top 5, you know? He's like right there. So that's how Ross probably feel. He probably feel like, yo, what the fuck I gotta do? You know what I mean? What I gotta do to be somebody like that I'm top 5, top 10 all the time, you know? So Port of Miami 2, go check it out. Shit is dope, and I'm out.